WrestleMania 42 has officially come to an end, so let's discuss night two and the event as a whole. Let's just go through everything that happened tonight and the general thoughts of this event as a whole. So let's just jump right into it. Tonight started with a cold open, and the guy who was doing the voiceover said something along the lines of, "You felt it last night, didn't you? We all did." And I think that pretty much could not be further from the truth. I think pretty much everyone was in agreement that it did not feel like a WrestleMania last night. So it was an odd thing for them to kind of say that at the start because I didn't feel like it was a WrestleMania, and that seemed to be the general consensus. But that's what it was. The set looked cooler today, in my opinion. I thought it looked much better in blue than it did last night, so that was a plus. And we started with Brock and Oba, which was one of the matches that actually felt like a WrestleMania match. Everyone kind of agreed that this was the best build. This was the match everyone was looking forward to. They chanted Oba for his entire strut, and it was a long stretch, so credit to the crowd there. They didn't stop at all. I thought them including the tail of the tape for Brock and Oba was a cool feature. I know they've done that in the past, but for Brock and Oba, it felt right just because they're two massive guys. So I thought that was a cool feature that they added. I did wish the match was a little longer. It was a fun match. I don't think it was at like Brock and Goldberg level. I thought that one was chaotic and that one was so much fun. This was a good match though. It was fine. Oba obviously got the victory. Brock seemingly retired. That was a big shock. I think a lot of people kind of anticipated that it would be at SummerSlam. Those were kind of the rumors. But if this is his retirement, it was cool to see the fan reaction he got. They chanted for him loudly and for a while. It's pretty much the most emotion we'll ever see out of Brock. And he hugged Heyman. Heyman was emotional, of course. But yeah, I can make an entire video just on Brock. He's had an amazing career. He will be missed. Thanks, Brock, for all the memories, all the great matches, all the great moments in your wrestling career. Obviously, people have their own opinions based on some of the stuff that you hear. But as a professional wrestler, Brock Lesnar is absolutely amazing, and I could watch him for another 10 plus years. So thanks, Brock, for all the memories. If this is the end, and what he did was put Oba over in an absolutely massive way. This gives Oba skyrocketing. He's gonna be title picture starting tomorrow. He'll be champion real soon, and he has massive shoes to fill because he is that big, massive beast of a guy now that Brock is gone. Obviously, John Cena retirement left a big hole in John Cena's star power, but in terms of professional wrestling, not many people look like Brock Lesnar. Not many people are that type of an athlete, that type of legitimacy. So Oba's going to have massive shoes to fill because he's now the guy who is that big beast. And I think he has the potential to do it. We'll see how it plans out, how it plays out. But yeah, Oba picked up the huge victory over Brock Lesnar. Brock seemingly retiring, and this was a good start to Mania. Next up was the ladder match. Seeing Ray come out from the bottom of the stage, jumping up, that was cool to see. That's always been one of my favorite entrances since I was a kid, so it was cool to see him actually do that. I thought Penta's headpiece, headdress, whatever you want to call it, I thought that looked amazing. Apparently, it was like a Mortal Kombat character, but I thought that looked great. Penta looked amazing in his gear. And yeah, this match was absolutely outstanding. The Ray West Coast pop to Rusev on the ladder, where Ray like hit his face, that looked bad for Ray. I'm surprised he was perfectly fine. I'm sure he wasn't expecting to hit his face off either the ladder or the announce table, whatever it was. But that was a nasty spot. Let's see, the Destroyer that Penta did to McDonough on the ladder, that looked great. Yeah, it's just super fun match all around. Everyone did well. And it was a great first hour on ESPN. Penta retained. We had that exciting Brock Oba aura type of match. And then we had the car crash ladder match that I'm always excited to see, and it delivered. It was a great match. Up to that point, I thought it was the best match of the weekend so far, so good start. Then we moved to Trick versus Sammy. That was up next. Trick's jacket was exactly what you would expect from Trick Williams. Extravagant, over the top. He's just a superstar. I thought this was a fun match. I really enjoyed it. I love the Yachty inclusion with Trick Williams. I think it just adds to it. I don't know if it's just a Mania season thing. It's obviously, I wouldn't imagine it's permanent. But I would love to see that at like big events, whether it be SummerSlam, even his entire U.S. title reign. I think it would be cool to see Yachty involved. Don't know if that would be the case, but that'd be cool. Yachty took a bump. He got thrown into the barricade by Sami Zayn, and it looked good for Yachty. The apron brainbuster that Sami did to Trick looked great as well. Trick obviously won. Thought it was a great match. I think he's going to bring a lot of fun to this U.S. title picture. He's charismatic. He seems to be a main event level superstar in the making. Fans love him already. And yeah, he's just new blood injected into the main event scene probably in the near future here. He had the moment with his mom and dad at ringside. I thought that was awesome. And yeah, Trick Williams won. Trick Willie superstar. Trick Willie U.S. champ. Let's see how it goes. Night two up to this point, I thought it was off to a great start. I was super excited for it. Then up next was Dom versus Finn, and this is where my ESPN app just would not stop crashing. So I missed the entire match. I saw that the entrances were apparently amazing. So I have to go back and watch the entrances, watch this match. But I saw none of this. I do know Finn won, so I will have to just go back and watch this. But that's the ESPN app for you. Then we moved to Rhea and Jade. That was up next. Both of them looked like superstars. Both of them always look amazing. I loved Rhea's white gear. I thought that was great. I enjoyed this match. It was much better than I expected. I thought the Jaded to the Riptide counter, I thought that was absolutely awesome. It's probably my favorite Jade match. I remember her and Naomi's match at Mania last year was pretty solid as well, but this might be my favorite Jade match, and I'm just glad Rhea is champ again, so we'll see where they go from here. Then we got the Cena, Miz, Kit Wilson segment. Danhausen came out with mini Housens, and Cole said something like, they wanted me to call them midgets, so he called them midgets, and he tried to defend himself immediately. He's like, that's what they wanted. I thought that was hilarious, that he's like, before you get mad at me. Danhausen told Cena he was a Fanhausen. Kit mushed one of the midgets. And then one of them punched him in the nuts, and they dogpiled on him. This was what you would expect out of a Miz, Kit Wilson, Danhausen segment. It was entertaining. Danhausen hit a five knuckle shuffle on the Miz, and then after he hit the five knuckle shuffle, the mini Housens carried him out. So that was what you would expect. Danhausen hit Cena with a "You Can't See Me." Then the pyro went off, and Danhausen was just still there, and then just ran off, and everyone it's Danhausen. It's hilarious. Cena seemed like it actually popped Cena, so that was cool to see. It seemed like he legitimately loved it, and it was a Danhausen segment. If you like this stuff, you'll like it. If you don't, you won't. But that's Danhausen. Then it was the main event time. They added a video package again for the main event, which is great. I wish we had video packages for every match. I think it would have made Mania feel like Mania if we had those video packages, but we get ads because it's 2026. And then after the video package, we got even more ads. So after the video package for the main event, but before the entrances, we had another 4 to 5 minutes of ads. I wish that weren't the case. That kind of makes it feel like Monday Night Raw and makes it not feel like WrestleMania. I think the ads were, in my opinion, probably the biggest problem with making this feel like Mania. The matches were short, and obviously that has to do with the ads somewhat, I would imagine. But I think if we just didn't have the ads and we had video packages instead, this would have felt much more like Mania than it had with just 5-minute breaks between every match. But then we got Roman's entrance. He came out with people playing gold piano, gold drums. There was a singer. There was members of the Bloodline up on the LED screens behind. I thought this was a cool entrance. He looked shredded. Reigns looked shredded. He always does come Mania season. When he got to ringside and he was going up the steps, there was a fan holding up a Zebros sign. So that was pretty funny. Then we got to Punk's entrance. It started with an AFI video package with old shots of him. I thought that was awesome. His jacket was amazing. I love that he had the Bo Looters representing that on his chest. He also had the Harley crown on the back. Thought that was cool too. The gear just looked great in my opinion. I'm a massive Punk fan though, so take that as you will. But I thought it was great gear. Cole even alluded to it all. It was crazy to hear Michael Cole mention Harm's Way during a WrestleMania main event, but that's what happened. So that was cool. Yeah, amazing gear. Cool entrances from both of them. And yeah, this match was tremendous. This match felt like a WrestleMania match. I'm not going to go blow for the match, but it was amazing. This was by far the best match of both nights, in my opinion. I thought the Punk tied up in the Tree of Woe spot. I thought that was a real cool spot. Roman delivered a lot of damage while he was there, and you don't see people hung up in a Tree of Woe for that long. too often anymore, so that was cool. The Ulafala spot where Punk grabbed it. I guess it was an actual fan that he grabbed it from, but when he took that and then he was gonna hit the Roman Reigns spear, but Reigns caught him with the guillotine. I like that spot. That was cool. And then Punk throwing his wrist tape to distract the referee and then hitting Reigns with a low blow and a GTS. That was the first time in the match because we were pretty deep in it by that point. That was the first time where I was like, okay, this might be the end, and it wasn't. So that was a cool false finish. I love that one. But yeah, this match was absolutely outstanding. We also got the Macho elbow through the announce table spot, which was kind of teased earlier, but Reigns stopped it, and then we eventually got it later. Reigns finished the match with 2 spears. This match felt like a Mania match a lot because it wasn't rushed. They got a lot of time, and they certainly delivered with it. Just an amazing match. Reigns become champ again. After about like a minute or two of Reigns celebrating, off in the background, you could like see CM Punk try and stand up. He tried standing up and then he like completely face planted. So I thought that was a cool little thing to see in the background there. But overall, absolutely loved this match. This match felt like a WrestleMania match, and both guys delivered. The build up to it wasn't the best, but they delivered in the ring, and I guess that's the most important. As a whole, this night, in my opinion, far superior than night one. I thought tonight as a whole was pretty entertaining for the entirety. The ads obviously still completely annoying. It doesn't make it feel like WrestleMania. I think if you just did the video packages, people's opinions on this Mania would be far better than they are currently. I haven't seen a reaction to tonight, but last night was getting buried by everyone. I think video packages would have helped a lot. The ads is just that's too much. I didn't think anything was downright bad this entire Mania. Matches were real short. It just didn't feel like a Mania that much. But the main event was outstanding, and the actual main event of Sunday, if that's your peak of WrestleMania, I guess that's a good thing. And it certainly was. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns was the best thing all weekend. So yeah, we'll see where we go from here. Reigns is champ. Punk's no longer champ. Big. I hope this means we get Roman around a lot because he elevates things when he is around. So we'll see where that goes. Hopefully Raw tomorrow. Raw after Mania is outstanding. But overall, I thought it was an entertaining WrestleMania. It didn't have that WrestleMania feel for the majority of it, but Punk and Roman delivered in the main event. That's really all you can ask for, especially based off of how last night went. I think today was much better, and I think fans are going to be much happier after today than they would be if it was a one-night WrestleMania and yesterday was the only night. So today, much better. WrestleMania as a whole, I thought it was solid. Didn't have that Mania feel, but Punk Roman delivered. And we'll see where we go from here. Hopefully tomorrow is a great episode of Raw, and we build to some big things in the future.